as we will see Kenzo Craigie on the front row of the grid for this one. He has got that fighting chance of putting his machine on pole position in the senior category for that final, which would be an absolutely certainly one to keep an eye on. Another one to keep an eye on, Davide Battaro, 35th in qualifying, but now finds himself on the third row of the grid for this superheat. Let's take you through the starting lineup. It's Craigie and Peschel, row number 1. Krutulov and Burnett, row 2, with Drummond and Battaro, row number 3. Sebastiano Pavan and Louis Cochet go from row 4. They will have Filippo Sala and Jacopo Martinese on row number 5. Brand new set of tyres for Martinese. Managed to save them up until this point. Kamenek and Fastainado on row number 6. They'll have Leo Nilsson and Kenneth Fairhan on row number 7. Alexander Chartier and Oliver Rasmussen on row number 8. Efim Dudanov and Sonia B go from row number 9. They'll have Luna Flusha and James Anagnostiadis, the 2 Prema Racing teammates, and the 2 Mercedes Young Junior driver teammates on row number 10. But Anagnostiadis has got the fresh tyres on the left-hand side as well. Austin Gale and Roland Cooklane go from row number 11. They'll have Vilma Swan and Dean Pedersen on row 12. Peter Stiller and Zhao Zijun go from row 13. Franciszek Zielinski is all on his own on row number 14. Marco Shilkunas not out on track and will not make the final. Armin Kadia Osman and Sky Parker will go from row 15. Zhang Jose on their own on row number 16. No Oscar Gallin on the grid. He'll also not make the final. Hugo Marti, Lillian Scarborough, Luke Cornder and Jorn Helder round out the 34 kart field that'll be out on circuit. The drivers at the front of the field here, they have got to really think on their feet right now because, well, Jacopo Martinese there on the 5th row of the grid in P10. Fresh tyres on board. And looking out the window, again, those clouds still looming off in the area in the background. We'll keep a close eye on that. But I've just had Andrew Mather come into the commentary box saying, it's fine, don't worry. But
it's all good.
I'm just keeping up the tension, Andrew. I'm just keeping up the tension. Right, here we go then into the final quarter. Tram lines to go. Kenzo Craigie on a chance to put himself on pole position for the final. Can it happen? Can the Mercedes Junior driver deliver here in Rugby? We're about to find out. Into the tram lines. Lights are not out. We're going round again. It is a false start. First one of the day.
Yeah, first one of the day. But maybe just a bit of time for the drivers to properly keep it measured and under control. We don't want to see another repeat of what happened at turn 3 in the first of these superheats for the OK category. If you're just joining us, quite a few drivers, well, there's no other way of putting it, half the field finished the first superheat. There are the clouds over the circuit, but as I say, it's still quite windy out there, so I don't expect any rain to fall on us as long as that wind keeps blowing through. Yeah, a little bit quick at the front, particularly on that offside. On the anti-pole side of the grid, quite a few gaps in that formation. I can see why that was waved around again.
I think it looked good. I don't think Dan actually would appreciate me saying that.
It's the last race before the lunch break.
Exactly. And of course, he can see it a lot better than what we can. We're stuck in a box with just a single pane window, and we're not even looking out of it. We're looking at a TV screen. Right there, now Marty B, race director, slows the field down once again. Keep them bunched up. It's very tempting to go very early here as we go for attempt number 2 here. This time, lights are out. We are racing. Good start for the front row. Good start for Kenzo Craigie. Peschel getting swamped by the pack there as they go in towards turn number 2 and 3. Big braking zone here. We've seen the pile-ups happen. Are we going to see more? We are. And is that Peschel? I think it is. Jindra Peschel from the front row has tumbled down the order, and they didn't even get it towards turn number 3 before the drama's happening. Off the track goes the likes of Austin Gale. He's had drama. Ricky Flynn, Zhang Jose, and Paralins Hugo Marti out of the race.
And they're all drivers who started low down the order. That's it. They're gone. They will not make it through. As through is that Davide Battaro moving up the order in the well, it's a CRG, but with the different brand L engines. That's why it's down as a Jello Mini. Oh, Luna Flusha's out outside of our window. We'll come back to that because this is a really good scrap for 3rd place. Zach Drummond, he likes this place. He was on the podium last time Champions of the Future visited Rugby. That was in the junior category. Scrapping there with Sebastiano Pavan who's now up to 4th place. But yes, there's been some big fallers in this one. Louis Cachet has,
he's in this race. I think he's having transponder issues more than anything. But
just hopped back up to 12th place. Luna Flusha is out. Marcus Shulkunas gone as well. Hugo Marti's got going again, but is a long way off the back of the field. And as you mentioned, Anthony, Jose and Gallen also not going any further in this race.
Yeah, that's a big shame for Luna Flusha. She was right on that cut-off to be able to get into that final.
She's gone. Yeah,
but now she's out of this race. She will not make the final at all, and that is a huge shame for her. Eyes on this one, though. Jacopo Martinez there, trying to push through. Has just got the likes of, I think that's Fastaminado right in front. Filippo Sala has just got that move done. Martinez, of course, on the fresh tyres, would be wanting to utilise this as Sebastiano Pavan sends it down the inside of Zach Drummond, and that's a step up into 4th place.
Big day for Martinez in terms of championship. He lost 2nd place in the standings overnight to Kenzo Craigie. Still this opportunity, but it's going to be the last opportunity to gain some more points on Costoya if he can get a big result here. So playing these new tyres now could be a really, really good bit of strategy for Martinez.
Oh.
That's a nice move from Zach Drummond using the banking. Oh, a little bit too much speed. A bit of a tap there from Sebastiano Pavan to say, no, you're not going to do that to me, Zach. Back up to 4th place goes the Energy Course driver, and that's going to bring Martinez into play. Keep an eye on the Italian in the blue and green liveried machine there. Can he find a way through past Zach Drummond for 5th place? Look how much extra grip he's got through turn 2. Great stuff from a race winner earlier on in the year. Had that great weekend at Portimao, of course. He's up to 5th place.
Yep, certainly so. And right now, looking mighty strong. Sala trying to look for the move here now as well. Not able to get it done, and Drummond seemingly now has been a bit frazzled from all of that racing. He's now trying to get his head back into the game here, as Leo Nilsson and Fastaminado just behind. Nilsson not looking for the move down the inside of Sala, stays behind through turn at number 9 as Fastaminado under pressure now from Jensen Burnett, who is on the recovery in this race. He's down 6 places right now. Not in the position he would like to be. Cachet and Kamenek just behind as well. They've just switched places. Rasmussen there behind in 13th place as well.
A good race this from Superheat B's drivers. That's Louis Cachet on the move. Has just got past Jakub Kamenek for 11th place. Jensen Burnett is his next target up the road. Cachet has had flashes of brilliance so far this weekend, including that 2nd place in the 4th round of heats into turn 7. The picture, the angle that we have, doesn't quite give the full story of how wide the entry is to that part of the circuit. It's so hard to defend both in and out of that corner if you are ahead, but Jensen Burnett's doing a pretty good job at the moment. Cachet goes down the inside, and Arnado nearly finds himself on the grass. That's going to open the door for others to come in. Behind here's Pedersen, here's Rasmussen also on the scene. Completion of lap number 15. Kenzo Craigie still out front, looking pretty comfortable at the moment, 1.4 seconds in the lead.
Yeah, again, seemingly untouchable, and of course looking for that pole position. This is a much better run than what he had in his last qualifying heat yesterday, where it all kind of went a bit Pete-tong for him. And when I was speaking to him afterwards, he was saying that, have I not got pole? I'll be like, oh, you have got pole, but just in Superheat B, not Superheat A. And that's still a good place to be, though, of course, because with that, he's still in the line for pole position overall. Look at this from the likes of Jakub Kamenek trying to battle away with Dean Pedersen. Not happening, and Alexander Chartier there just squeezing his way through and stepping up on now what they're on lap number 6, going on to lap number 7 now. Still Craigie from Krutulov. Martinez has just got up into 3rd place as well.
It's a really good race for Martinez. He's delivering on the strategy that's been played out by the Kart Republic team here, and it's not done. He could still close in on Lev Krutulov and take 2nd place. Not in the top 8 of the final intermediate classification as things stand, as that's another lovely move from Leo Nielsen. I've been really impressed with Leo Nielsen's recovery from a tough 2nd round. Had a clash with Oliver Kinmark, fell out of the race. Officials judged it to not be his fault. Since then, he has struck back with a trio of top 5s. That's now him on his way to another one, if he can gain another position out there and get past Zach Drummond. But Leo Nielsen as one of the Scandinavian drivers here this weekend, I think is someone that we've definitely got to keep an eye on in the final as a bit of a dark horse.
Yeah, 100%. I would not disagree with you on that at all. A lot of well, I wouldn't disagree with a lot of things like that on any of these drivers, to be honest. They've all shown great pace this weekend. They've all shown great racecraft as well. We've had some really amazing battles here as, well, Martinez has got the move done on Lev Krutilov. Now he's up into second place. Don't fret about the timing. Alexander Chartier did not just accelerate into the race lead and clear by 40 seconds ahead of Kenzo Craigie, but it is still Craigie that leads the way. But that fight there for second place, Martinez now at the second half of the race, those tyres have really come into play now.
And they really, really have. And the fact that he's got a longer race to use them in as well, it's been one of the real strengths of the Kart Republic chassis over the last few years is their ability to keep the pace up deep into the longer races, your superheats, your finals. That's why I'm not counting the likes of Nielsen out. We've already seen earlier on this season, remember back to Viterbo with Danny Kelleher and his great drive through to the podium that day. It's something they've got really good control of, whether it be with the Works team or the myriad of satellite teams here. We're on lap number 9 of 17. Craigie will now need to go into a bit of race management mode. Keep the pace relatively high. He won't want to let Jacopo Martinez catch up to him. Lev Krutilov playing a quite sensible game at the moment. Has got that gap at the moment, hasn't really got the opportunity to go for an overtake, but I'm pretty sure he will just sit there now. He can see that Martinez has got very good pace at this stage of the race. No need to attack. He could provide a way back to Craigie in the latter stages.
Indeed. Eyes on this then. Sala getting past Pavan. Cochet still struggling with that transponder. He's still there in 10th place at this moment, so we'll keep a close eye on that progression. There is the Drummond and Nilsson battle right now. That is P5 and P6. Nilsson, of course, has been on the charge in this one. I suspect another overtake is on the cards as he looks to the inside. Turn number 7, been a hot spot that week, this weekend, hasn't it, that hairpin? So many races have been decided there.
Spot on overtake there from Leo Nielsen. That was millimetre perfect in terms of his turning, his braking. He nailed the apex. He didn't allow the kart to wash out there and allow Drummond to come back on the undercut there. That was a really, really nice piece of overtaking from Leo Nielsen. And, well, now he's up to 5th place, about 9/10 back from Davide Battaro, looking to move further forward. Other changes in the order. Sala confirmed us through past Burnett. I think there's been some changes as well. He's at it again. James Anagnostiadis up to 14th place. I think he needs a little improvement to make it through to the final, and I very much hope he does. Because James Anagnostiadis, if you weren't with us yesterday, has been an overtaking machine this weekend. Even if he's on the back row of the grid, I would be really looking forward to another James Anagnostiadis hack from the back of the field, just to see how many positions he could gain. Yeah,
so far, so good for him. He is a second one of those drivers who has deployed fresh tyres on the left-hand side, so that will be assisting him somewhat in this race, as he is now closed in on the fighting up ahead. You can see him right at the back of this train. Pavan under pressure from Louis Cochet right now. Energy Course versus Victory Lane, and it goes the way of Victory Lane. The Frenchman up ahead now and into 7th place.
A good overtake there from the French driver, who's looking to continue to add to his tally of great results here in the OK category. Oh, a little bit of a half attempt there from Oliver Rasmussen. Is going to drop him back into the clutches of Filippo Sala. Burnett on the attack as well. Goes through past Sebastiano Pavan. What's happening there with the Energy Corsa in the latter third of this race? Yeah, I think Sala did get through past Rasmussen a couple of corners ago. We've been talking a lot about how many opportunities there are to overtake around this circuit. Thank you very much, Sebastiano Pavan. That was a great example for us, as here comes Fausto Arnardo. You've got to commit, though. You can't be half-hearted around this circuit, as we've just seen there in the case with Rasmussen.
No, exactly. You know, as soon as you get that opportunity to get a nose down the inside, you have to take it. Exactly like what James Anagnostiadis. Great timing for the demonstrations here of what we're saying. Yeah, you know, Anagnostiadis again continuing that trend, but again, it was a committed little overtake there for it. Once again, there you're going to see Kamenek having to defend now from Oliver Rasmussen. Rasmussen may have the chance. He looks to the outside, watch for the switchback, gets half of it done, but doesn't get that nose down the inside. And again, looked like he just backed off the throttle there as they'd exited the hairpin.
Just looking at relative lap times between the race leaders, solid for Kenzo Craigie right now. 50.368 last time around. Jacopo Martinezzi a little bit quicker, but not at the kind of rate that would worry the race leader. Here is a move. Oh, Fausto Arnardo, fair play. Kept his foot in it there, round the outside of Burnett. That's going to give Pavan the chance to go down the inside. And all of a sudden, Burnett's now on the defensive. Anagnostiadis nearly draws alongside there. Will maybe look for a move into turn 5. Of course he's going to look for a move into turn 5. Another great bit of overtaking there from the Aussie. Filippo Sala is through as well. Burnett's dropped all the way to the back of this group, and it's just as we say, that is now back alongside Pedersen. That's what we mean. That's what we mean. If you lose the rhythm round this rugby circuit, you can not just lose 1 position, but 2, 3, 4. I think he lost about 6 positions in all of that.
Yeah, indeed, and that's what we say. You can get overtakes on nearly every single corner here, and it just shows how flowing the lap is. Side by side over the start-finish line here. Here's Sala and here's Samchek just behind as well. Look at this movement over the start-finish line. Incredible scenes from these drivers. Pedersen and Burnett, line astern, wheel to wheel here as down the inside. Now comes Peschel, Jindra Peschel from the front row of the grid. He tumbled down. He's back with this battle though.
And he could still potentially get himself onto the 3rd row of the grid here. He's holding 6th place in the intermediate points as back again comes Burnett on Peschel. That's going to get a little bit tight off of turn number 8. Peschel as well just to withdraw from that situation. 2 more laps to go then, but less than 2 laps to go for the race leader, who's already on his way through sector number 1. And here comes Peschel again. He's keen to get himself further up the order.
He certainly is. Once again, back wheel to wheel over the start-finish line. Nothing that Burnett can do here. Has to slot in between the two of them. Karim Ferhan now here to play. He's joined into the back of this group. And also you've got Efim Duranov there just behind, who's also wanting to get involved in the fight. And this is bringing a lot of drivers through the order right now. This has been a feisty battle in the mid-pack here, Andrew. All the meanwhile, Kenzo Craigie has been not mentioned too much here in the lead of this race, clear by 1.8 seconds.
Yeah, and holding that 1.8 seconds as things stand. Just to mention as well, for Dean Pedersen, this kind of driver, I think is going to wrestle him back into the top 36. So the fact that these guys are scrapping behind, that's continued good news for a driver who was a handful of positions outside of the cut-off overnight. 16 laps completed, 1 to go then for Kenzo Craigie, who is going to take pole position for the final here. But I think more importantly, Anthony, it's going to be those 25 championship points. He will have been disappointed to drop the 3 yesterday. But for him here, this is a really good turnaround after that disappointment. He's pretty much only had 1 corner go wrong for him so far this weekend. He will have a big challenge from many drivers in the final, of course. But Kenzo Craigie is going to give his championship boost a big boost here. Over the line, Craigie wins the 2nd superheat and takes pole position for the final later on this afternoon in the OK category. He dominates that superheat. It's a 1-2 for KR Chassis. It's the Prema Racing team first. It's the Works Kart Republic team second with Jacopo Martinezzi. That is a massively important result for Jacopo Martinezzi. He's managed to pull himself back onto the first 4 rows of the grid. So yes, he's not at the sharp end, but he used those new tyres well to give himself a big haul of intermediate points. Well done to Jacopo Martinezzi. Lev Krutilov, another great result there for the Energy Course driver in 3rd. Leo Nielsen started on his way to 4th place and will move his position forward in terms of where he starts the final from the overnight results. Zach Drummond 5th, Davide Battaro 6th, Louis Cachet, Fausto Arnardo, Sebastiano Pavan and James Anagnostiadis all inside the top 10. Anagnostiadis will surely be through to the final and will continue on his overtaking charge, I am sure. 11th for Jakub Kamenik, Filippo Sala 12th, Dean Pedersen, Oliver Rasmussen and Yuri Peschel in the top 15.